to Sports 56 Mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers.
Don't you just love it?
Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
But things are looking up. We've got sunshine out there, but there was a little rain that came through that delayed them a little bit. But he's playing early this morning as well, and looking forward to myself getting out there later this afternoon and playing a little golf here in the and the Spurs. As we continue to have a few technical difficulties here, hopefully we can get all this stuff worked out, but having a few issues that we're it looks as though the Orlando Magic have their new head coach. They're waiting for their new head coach, but it looks like Sean Sweeney, who is an assistant coach with the Spurs, will be the new head coach of the Orlando Magic. He is the kind of the defensive coordinator for the Spurs. He is the guy that's been in charge of the defense for Mitch Johnson, and he with Magic are going to go with Sean Sweeney as their new head coach. So that leaves Dallas, Portland, and Chicago with the job opening still around the NBA. Meanwhile, let's take a break. We're going to have some of these technical difficulties. We're going to take a break and try and get this figured out. And then hopefully we can come back here and not have any issues. But let's go ahead and take a
Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Available locally on your radio dial as well as around the world online at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere by downloading the Sports 56 app. And at home, just say, Alexa, play Sports 56. Wherever you are, it's easy to stay tuned to Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You know, sometimes I wish I had a gun.
Well, I'm armed, but before I bought one, I still went to Top Gun Academy to learn to protect myself without a gun.
How is that possible?
Top Gun's personal protection training. It's perfect if you want to protect yourself without firearms.
I don't know.
And it's perfect if you feel the need to carry a gun for self-defense, because the last thing you really want to do is shoot.
That is scary.
Not at Top Gun. It's very comfortable, and you learn to load, handle, and shoot a handgun safely. Protect yourself. Go to Top Gun Academy. They're at 2770 Witten Road.
Since 1948, in the alley, the Rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on in the Rendezvous?
Brett, after 76 years, we've decided to expand our product line. Anyone who's tasted our ribs is familiar with our vinegar base. It's now available in a 32-ounce jar. It's so good to baste or marinate all meats. I even put a little bit on turnip greens. Something we've been using at the restaurant or at our house has been the Greek seasoning. My father was a cook, but my mother was a chef. And she was the one that put Greek seasoning on everything from a Mediterranean diet or a steak. My mom used it on soup, salad, veggies, fish, any meats. It's a great seasoning and a flavor enhancer. My brother Nick figured out salt and pepper was more than just McCormick's and Morton's. He's come up with a perfect blend we use to coat our shoulders and our brisket, and he used to make it for his friends as Christmas gifts, and they loved it. All these products are available at the Rendezvous or online for shipping as gifts and in many grocery stores. And if they're not in your favorite grocery store, ask your grocer to stock it.
A beloved family affair and still going strong since 1948, the Rendezvous.
The wait is finally over. Get ready for the grand opening of the newly remodeled Landers Cadillac of Memphis. You can shop grand opening savings at Landers Cadillac of Memphis, and you'll find there's a special deal on all the remaining new 2024 Escalades. You can get $20,000 in total savings. And they're paying top dollar for trades at Landers Cadillac. See how much you can save with the Landers Easy Pass at CadillacofMemphis.com. And remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
Napa Cafe celebrates 28 years in 2026.
Hi, I'm Glenda Hastings, owner of Napa Cafe, and I want to thank you for making us part of your dining.
Dominic Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominic.com.
Now, back to Sports 56 Mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers.
To reveal the full spectrum of its dazzling color.
Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
You have opinions?
I think it's over.
Of course you do.
I don't think it's that simple.
Hour number one of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Old Dominic Distillery at 305 South Front Street in downtown Memphis. Producing Tennessee whiskey, bourbon whiskey, Honeybell citrus vodka, and Formula 10 gin. 150 years in the making, starting with the Canale family's arrival in Memphis. The revival began in 2017 when the doors opened to the public. The Distillery Bar is fantastic. Swing by for a pregame cocktail or a nightcap after your evening in Memphis. Celebrate your wins with a guided tour and tasting, pouring Memphis pride into every cocktail. Check out the website at olddominic.com where they list all their whiskeys and spirits, all of their signature cocktails, and even instructions on how you can make them at home using Old Dominic spirits. Old Dominic Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Sponsored by Armstrong Pharmaceuticals.
Being there for those we love can be so hard for people with chronic migraine. 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more.
Botox, onabotulinum toxin A, prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine. It's not for those with 14 or fewer headache days a month. It prevents, on average, 8 to 9 headache days a month versus 6 to 7 for placebo. Prescription Botox is injected by your doctor. Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
Why wait? Ask your doctor about Botox. Visit BotoxChronicMigraine.com or call 1-800-44-BOTOX.
Now, back to Sports 56 Mornings on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by James Gaddis Jewelers.
To reveal the full spectrum of its dazzling color.
Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
All right, welcome back here once again out at TPC Southwind. Eli Savoy with you here on Sports 56 Mornings. Been a heck of a morning so far. We've got some weather in the area that's caused a little issue, a little delay with the golf, but we've had some technical issues, but I think we've got those resolved. And hopefully that is the case. We're going to talk with Harold Grader from the AutoZone Liberty Bowl here in just a moment. Again, last night they had the Distinguished Citizen Honor Award dinner honoring Herschel Walker. And that was a great event. And, of course, this golf tournament, always a great event as well. And they're out there now in the morning wave, getting a little golf in. And it's a full day of golf action going to be out here at the TPC Southwind, as it always is a great time. It's always for a great cause. It's raising money. This event does for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and it raised a lot of money through the years. Last night raised a lot of money, and doing the same here today with the golf tournament. And Harold Grader from the AutoZone Liberty Bowl does indeed join me now. Good morning, Harold.
Good morning, Mr. Savoy. Good to see you bright and early.
Good to see you as well. I mentioned last night, great event. Herschel, I said earlier, Herschel Walker looked like he could still play.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
64 years old, looks like he could still play. He was great last night. I thought that was a lot of fun. And you forget how much stuff he's done. Like, you think about the great football player, but all of the other stuff, and of course now the ambassador and everything else. But what a life he's had, man. He has done a lot of things.
You know, and when you look at his personal story, Eli, and I don't know if he enjoys telling it, but he tells his story a lot about where he came from in Wrightsville, Georgia, and how he was as a little kid. As he says, his mother described him as being big boned, but translate, he would say, that means I was fat. He said, I got beat up when I was a little kid, but that was his motivation at a young age to start running, getting in shape. And that led to obviously a great football career. And that's been his motivation. And, in one of the salient messages throughout the conversation he and I had last night, for the program, was he's a winner. He says, I win at everything. And I would think, and I didn't follow up with this because I didn't want the conversation necessarily to go political, because that was not the purpose. But his Senate loss in Georgia may have been the first significant competition, so to speak, that he ever lost. But on the field of competition, or whether it was a member of the Olympic team, MMA, I mean, the guy's a winner. But that is what feeds him and compels him and motivates him. And he has a great story to tell. And he really is the American story of, you can do and be anything you want to be in this country if you put the effort into it. And it really is amazing. It really is amazing. And just a good guy. I thought it was amazing to hear him talk about flipping a coin to decide to go to Georgia, decide to go to the USFL, all these things. He left a lot up to a coin flip. Exactly. It was like 3 or 4 stories he told in regards to that. But it's all worked out for him. And again, he's had great success post-football. Businessman, has one of the largest food services country. And he really wanted to be a Marine and serve our country in that way. And that didn't work out. Obviously, he went the college route, and then we know his story. But he, time and time again, has had that bond with the military, and making appearances all over the world, literally, for our men and women in the service. And one of his personal challenges was a mental disorder, and he's addressed that, and he's very frank about his situation, and that has led, tying back into the military and the mental health issues that our men and women in the military face. And he is a supporter of those efforts to help those folks. He always says, when it comes to the awards, he says, it's not about me. A lot of people helped me get here, and this is for them too. So despite all the success, very humble. Yeah. And he always goes back to, I'm just a kid from Wrightsville, Georgia. That credit. I know Herschel Walker was great. Yeah. The offensive line's got to get some of that credit, right? That's right. That's right. Well, last week you were down at the SEC meetings in Destin.
But what was it like for you as a bowl representative down there at SEC meetings?
Well, it's like, to borrow the line from Yogi Berra, Eli, it's deja vu all over again. From the big picture issues, we're right back where we were a year ago, and that goes to the playoff. We're going to be at 12 teams again this year. There's no decision on expanding the playoff, whether it's going to be 16 or 24. And from what Commissioner Sankey said and talking to others, but his voice is the most important in the room. There is not going to be a decision made until sometime this fall. Now, at the last minute, ESPN was willing to extend that deadline. I get the vibe that may not be the case this time around. So I fully expect whatever the decision's going to be, whether it's going to be going to 16 or 24. Again,
so is it just 1 year? You're basically adding 1 year to all of those?
Till January of this year. Yeah, the conferences all agreed and the CFP agreed just to roll over the previous contract for a year, for 2026. So we're talking about years 2027, and AutoZone, our title sponsor, renewed for another 6 years. FedEx long-term, Pennzoil, our third largest sponsor, they're renewed. We have those key business pieces in place. And Eli, again, we're very blessed to have all those pieces in place. And because not all of our brethren in the bowl business last week as well, our message is we've got the stadium, we have the business partners in place that are behind us 100%. We're ready. We're ready. What happens to this game that means so much to this community? What happens to the AutoZone? Liberty. Well, Eli, I would say, at least for the short term, I don't see any inkling that the SEC is going to give up their position of 16. And the commission 24. But the SEC and the Big Ten have to agree. They have the ultimate vote. And as long as there is a stalemate, we stay, I don't think we're going to stay at 12, but can we get to 16? But that decision will be made later on this year.